Hack the mainframe. We're in. Did I press done? Oh shit. Probably pressed done. Fuck. I'm like a psychotic, stupid chud. If I wasn't so goddamn artistically minded, I'd probably kill myself. Look at that. Look at this. This is what I've done today. I decided, I'm gonna help myself speed along the process of hunting the Ender Dragon. And did this instead. And that's how you fucking play Minecraft, kids. Get distracted, because you're easily distracted. Is that 4 fresh iron golems? I walked out of here today. 4 fresh iron golems. There was 1 when I left. Who is adding me? And I pressed the wrong button. I've moved back to normal background music because, honestly, as fun as being Chinese was, it felt like I was being a little bit racist. Your clen has been fully told. It's not a verb. It's a noun. You can't do that. You can't verb my noun. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Today is an exciting day. Today we get the other 8 emeralds of power. Mommy ASMR is background music. You know, I take all your suggestions very seriously, and that one I actually might take seriously. That's expanding my mind. I didn't even think, right, of anything other than music as background music, but like I could do that. I could be the mommy ASMR in the background music.
Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Lie down and sleep for mommy.
And then I'd push you all into it like a trance, right? And you'd all be asleep. And then I wouldn't have to do any good content because I'd have turned yourself to sleep. Gonna kill yourself to that? Yeah. Awesome. And hey, if you could leave the stream running when you kill yourself, that'd be awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna explain to you now. How about that Pwick's face when he saw the Gyatt? You see, Tony Soprano says to another Soprano after he shoots somebody, how about that Pwick's face when he saw the Gyatt? You hate how I could probably be a mommy ASMR person and no one would know I'm a grown man. I could be a Twitch streamer and no one would know I'm a grown man. I could be 16 right now. You know that? Convincingly. Because I have the opinions of I have the opinions and mental state and like humor of a 16-year-old. Oh god. Oh god. No. Pulling it back. What you're witnessing now is an act of self-control. Because we're done with that. We're no longer Israeli. Now, we're Italian-American, which means we only talk about that Pwick's face when you saw the villainy. Realized how bad what you said was? No, I was gonna say something worse. I'm always ready to dig a deeper hole. Listen, okay? I've always got a shovel, and there is always further to dig. Share it with the class. Okay. I got the humor and sexuality of a 16-year-old. Now see, that one might be a little bit intellectual, but I'm calling myself a pedophile. I can share it now because didn't have to peer pressure that hard. Yeah, no. Instantly folds too. It's pretty bad. I need some serious help before I become a real Twitch streamer. But that's okay, because you know what? Not to be too evil or anything, but I'm getting the forbidden word. I'm getting one of those very soon. You didn't even think of the word pedophile when you said that you were just related to pedophilia? I'm a fiend with it, honestly. I can turn anything into being a pedophile. I really, like, if I was batting for Epstein, I'd be 10-0. When the frick did I get pistons? That was part of my off-camera mining. I decided, you know, this would be awesome, and so I did it. And we had the slimes, so I just did it. I got the fully functioning doorway now, which means that iron golems, I don't have to do the stupid button press. This is a lot easier to use. Look at how convenient it is. Coming in isn't as convenient, but going out, very convenient. Look at this, very convenient. Cheater McCheaterson, it wasn't cheating. I literally still have a slime. Look at that, slime ball right there. You don't. Have you seen anyone actually use redstone in survival mode? I have redstone right here. It's like 4 redstone. Piston door is like 5 redstone, not including the pistons. It's like 7 redstone and a couple of iron. Okay, it is not that expensive. It just requires, you know, an intellectual's mind. And I just gonna ignore that. It's just the way you're wired. Oh, okay. So when you see evidence against your point, you're just like, no, it doesn't exist. I respect that. You know, honestly, I respect that. It's a good way to live and a good way to argue with people. I am always right because reality conforms to what I say to make me right. So true. So true. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna make the rest of the iron. I spent all my money. I'm looking at myself, I'm kind of like dead broke, and I'm thinking, where the fuck am I gonna find 8 ender pearls? And I need to get more arrows so I can use the bow, because otherwise I'm just gonna lose. I'm just gonna lose that ender dragon if I don't have an actual bow. I probably need to enchant some shit too. That's the project for today. We're making an enchanting room. Where, you might ask? Now, I would say no stupid questions, but honestly, that's a very stupid question. Wherever the hell we want. But probably, like, downstairs. Look at this. And just like that, we have a delightful staircase into what will be a fabulous enchanting room. No one exists outside myself, and I can say anything to anyone without repercussions. Truth nuke. You know, I can't say that anymore without thinking, without the GIF. It feels too painful. I think I'm growing as a person. It hurts. It really is like a great way of thinking. And I think, right, if everybody thought that way, we'd be much more interesting, much more fascinating society. Mr. Cobson. Could you please put your soy jacks down, Mr. Cobson?
No. You cannot take the soy jacks away from me.
I'm going insane. I actually, the other day, right, yesterday, I was in a car. Was it yesterday? Or was it the day before? Not sure. I think it was yesterday. I was subjected to several hours of intense psychological torture relating to soy jacks. It has not dampened my love for them, but it has inflicted a great psychological pain upon me. And I don't know how I'm going to recover from it. Went to Linus Tech Tips badminton place today. Linus Tech Tips badminton? What are you talking about? Linus Tech Tips badminton. Why was Linus Tech Tips have badminton? You're gonna have to slow down because I've never even heard of this. I've never even thought about this. My pea-sized brain can't comprehend the Linus Tech Tips. Linus Sex Tips. Badminton. Linus Tech Tips has a badminton place. Okay, well, I'll just trust you for now, and I'll read the rest of your story. The guy you went with brought it up, and you have no idea it was his if you never told me? Oh. So you just went to a badminton place and later learned, oh, this is the Linus Tech Tips badminton place. That's honestly pretty cool. That's a good surprise. Kind of like going out and learning your... What am I doing this with a diamond? Do I have enough diamonds for this to use this diamond pickaxe to do home renovation? I don't know. I don't think so. Just a badminton place. Yeah. Yeah, to you, the Linus Sex Tips badminton place is just a normal badminton place. Kind of twisted and fucked up freak you are, huh? That's pretty cool though. Did you get to see Linus Tech Tips in his badminton? Does he even live near you? Why does Linus Sex Tips have a badminton place in Canada? You didn't say Linus Sex Tips? What's even the point? What's even the point of anything? What's the point of owning a badminton place than not going badmintoning? Curse you, Linus. Curse you and your tech tips. He's a Canadian? Okay, well that's, you know, that helps a little bit. It does explain, you know, some of it. Alright, we're gonna put the thingamajigger right there. And then we're gonna get a seriously sexual bow. Okay, for that we need 4 of this. Two of this. And 1 of this. Impressive, I know. Just have it memorized like that. Let's see if I can enchant my diamond pickaxe. Efficiency 1, unbreaking 1. Gay! We need bookshelves. Lots of bookshelves. Where's all my wood? Oh, it's in the trees. Gonna pull a sniper wolf and go to his house just for attention. You should do that, but you should do that in a cool way so that he still likes you. Show it to his house and be auriful about it. Because if you fuck it up right, then how the hell am I ever gonna be able to meet Linus Tech Tips? A guy who I have never watched a YouTube video from and only think is funny because of the meme Linus Sex Tips. How am I gonna meet him? You're gonna ruin my reputation with the man, and possibly further. You know, maybe I'm not particularly keen on meeting Linus Tech Tips. Maybe, but I might be keen on meeting someone else. Here's that damn pink sheep. Why do we have a pink sheep out here? Just dox a random YouTuber neither of us watch? Yeah, that's much better. That'd help my reputation a lot more. Is that the guy whose channel docs Linus Tech Tips? No, it's the guy who says gabagool too much. We've gotten off theme. The theme today is how about that pwick? How about that pwick's face when he saw the Gyatt? I'm forgetting it now. Even you've ruined me to the point that I'm forgetting the theme of my own stream. How about that pwick's face when he saw the Gyatt? Just think about that pwick's face when he saw the Gyatt. That's otherwise, if we don't say it enough right, I'm gonna upload the video to I'm gonna upload the VoD to YouTube and it's gonna be like, what is this guy even babbling about? Polly, I need your gabagool. Tony Soprano. You know, you ever watch that? He does say that. Polly, I need your gabagool. Sensually. I never finished the show. I didn't even get to the part where he says the line. But I know it's funny because how else they never make light of a serious show. So obviously The Sopranos has to be funny. It didn't seem very funny from like the 3 seasons I watched, but I'm sure it'll turn into a comedy just the next episode. Do I have enough wood? Maybe? Who the hell knows? Rolling. What I need to do is I need to collect sugarcane, because there is a guy who will trade me sex for sugarcane. Or rather, emeralds for paper. And I am a whore for emeralds. How much jizz could Bullet produce, huh? Hey! That's all I watch of The Sopranos. As far as I know, probably. But hey, that's a real character from The Sopranos. How do you know Polly? How do you know Polly and Tony and the whole gabagool? Huh? You saying you don't know The Sopranos, I think you might be lying. Only from those TikTok clips? Oh. At least they call him Tony in those TikTok clips. Imagine if you watched Jack Soprano. That would be... Ooh. I don't think my mind could handle Jack Soprano. Jack walked into the room and talked to his therapist for days about some bullshit. He then proceeded to kill a man. Go back, tell his therapist about it. His therapist reported him to the police. But he kept on doing therapy with her after that. Because Jack Soprano was a nice guy. And even though he finished last, book shelf. Hey. Alright, now we stick a bunch of books around him. Hopefully, like, his power charges up from this. Insert. Do I need to make the books closer? Yes, I do. Superfluous. The rest of it can be dog shit. As long as we have this. How about that Pwick's face? Huh? How about that Pwick's face we sell the Gyatt? Fortune 3. Alright, let's get our lapis lazuli. And create a diamond pickaxe so powerful it breaks the system. Fortune 3, efficiency 4. Ooh. Hold on, let me just Google it. Imagine my stream crashing. I have conceived of many such a thing. What the heck does 6-7 mean? Fortune 3 do. Sorry. That was the echoes of a wrathful God disconnecting my internet connection. We have here the Google usage or Continue without supporting. Shut the fuck. Oh my god. I never want to support this website. Fortune 1 gets a 33 and a third chance to multiply dots by 2. 2. Average 120% increase. Okay. You were right, it does do that. Congratulations. And then I also have efficiency 4. Now I just need to... Maybe there's some breaking somewhere in this chest. Protection, sharpness, bane of arthropod, lunge, density, efficiency. I didn't watch the backrooms, but I did watch Obsession, and that was really scary, and I was really scared. I'm so fucking... You know what else scares me? This fucking piece of shit internet connection I have. I actually cannot fucking believe this. I've been preparing to play Minecraft for a while now. I haven't had this internet problem, and suddenly, fucking jump scare. Oh, you have no internet anymore. Oh God, how? How did that happen? Well, it's because God hates you. Anyways, you missed my review of the Obsession, which was don't watch it. It's super scary. It has women in it. Is the Rothschild family doing it? Probably. I mean, who else would want to fuck with me? It has to be the Jews. That's the only possible explanation. Anyways, now that we have Fortune 3, we're gonna go into that mine and we're gonna grab a whole lot of shit. I mean, we're just gonna like fucking loot the place. I am so serious when I say I want money. Any nude women in Obsession? Mommy says you can't watch movies with naked people. Yes, but it's men. The man is naked. They always put a bra on the woman when they're fucking, which I assume you can watch because sometimes fucking does involve naked people. Sometimes they have clothes on and they're just like humping each other underneath the clothes. But the man is naked for the fucking. The woman is wearing a bra. So if that's the qualification for which your mommy requires, then yes, you can watch it. Can you see his cock now? It was kind of bullshit like that for that, yeah. I was disappointed too. No, it was genuinely, like that happens after they do the scary shit. Because, I'm not gonna spoil it anymore. But it's really scary. It's really scary, and I was too scared to pay much attention to how they were fucking. Otherwise, I'd give a review of the fucking, because I am. Even though I might not be a horror movie reviewer, I am a porn movie reviewer. And in terms of softcore porn, this was You know, everyone dies at the end. You can spoil it for me. Whoever spoiled that for you was wrong. Though I will tell you the entire plot of Obsession, if you want me to. And I will give people like a timestamp, I guess, to go past. No, I won't give a timestamp. I'll start waving vigorously, if you really want me to. Because I remember every movie I've ever watched with pretty good detail, especially, you know, ones I did. Explain the plot then? Okay. I will now be explaining the plot of Obsession while playing Minecraft. Nothing interesting will happen while I'm explaining the plot of Obsession. So when I do this wave, you can resume watching the video without having spoilers for Obsession. If you didn't want spoilers for Obsession. If you do want spoilers for Obsession, feel free to watch me wander aimlessly around this Minecraft village while I explain Obsession. I'm trying to currently sell things to villagers for money. Or as the kids say, turn a trick. Okay, so Obsession is about a guy, right? who is obsessed with a girl. Right? He's obsessed with this woman who's his friend. He thinks he's in love with her, but like he's too cowardly to ever tell her that he's in love with her. He's been in love with her for like ever since he's known her, and he's known her for like a while, and he's wanted to date her, right? But he hasn't had the nerve to tell her that he likes her, and it's left ambiguous whether he like. 2 out of 3 people watching the VoD. It's going to be billions. It's going to be billions of people watching the VoD when I'm famous. They're going to go back. They're going to watch all the Huntal streams to learn about the aura. Don't distract me. Anyways, guy's obsessed with a girl. Can't tell her how he feels because he's a fucking coward. He spends the entire movie being a coward, and that's one of the big things, that he's a coward. Big theme. And he can't tell her that, but he keeps like thinking he's gonna be like in a momentous event asking her out, and he keeps trying to get himself alone with her so he can ask her out, because he's finally like, he's had it. He's sick of being a chud. So he goes to the store, right? He goes on a call with her because he wants to like, he's trying to get her to go on a, they go out all the time because they're friends, and he's trying to get her to go on out with friends alone with him. It's not exact. I don't exactly remember what he's talking about when they go on the phone, because they go on the phone for whatever reason. But it's important that they go on the phone. And then, while on the phone, he hears she dropped her crystal necklace. She drops a crystal necklace. He's like, oh, I'm a simp. I'll go buy her a crystal necklace. First mistake. Never buy anything for a void. Oh god. Oh fuck. I'm sorry. I can't do chud speak anymore. It's every time I do it, it's giving me like a seizure. I'm destroying myself. No. He goes and he tries to buy her a crystal necklace, and he sees all the crystal necklaces. Right. He goes to the crystal necklace store in his town, and he sees all the crystal necklaces. He's like, I don't like any of these crystal necklaces. When do they say we are obsession? We'll get to that! We'll get to that! Hold on a fucking second! Okay? So then he's at the crystal necklace store, right? He's looking at the crystal necklaces, and he's like, she wouldn't like any of these crystal necklaces, because he's a fucking expert on crystal necklaces, apparently. And instead he sees this like $7 novelty toy called a One Wish Willow, where its bit is, it's like a wishbone, right? But you only get one, and you can buy them at a retail store for whatever reason. You have, and he buys one because he's like, oh, I actually have no idea. I think he bought it instead of the crystal necklace because he thought it would be a better present for her. Because again, this guy's like a psychotic, dumbass chud. He's the worst possible person. I hate him so much. Why does he know? If he knows so much about necklaces, why didn't he start a necklace store? Because he's a loser. A big plot point of this is that he's a loser. If you watch Obsession, you know, you'll get the impression that he's a loser, and that's because, you know, he's a loser. He goes to the chud store, goes chudfish. No. He's at the crystal necklace store. He buys the One Wish Willow, right? The One Wish Willow, the willow. It's from a willow tree, and it gives you one wish. He buys it as like a present for her instead of the crystal necklace. Or possibly as a present for himself, or possibly just like a novelty. I'm not entirely sure why he buys it, to be quite honest. Because she wanted a crystal necklace. He bought like a thing to give her as a replacement for a crystal necklace. So I think it's a gift for her, instead of the crystal necklace. But that's what she lost. That it doesn't make any sense that he bought her this thing instead of a crystal necklace. Just buy a fucking crystal. You also know that the guy whose friend wants him to come made this movie? Yeah, that doesn't get brought up. I had no idea that happened. Stay on track. You're distracting me. Anyways, he goes to he buys this One Wish Willow, and he goes to hang out with all his friends. Oh, his cat dies before this. I should say his cat dies. It's actually a little bit important. His cat dies immediately before this, and the call is kind of like him avoiding talking about his cat. She's asking him to go hang out with them, and he doesn't really want to because his cat just died, but she talks him into it because he's such a fucking simp. He's such a fucking simp. He goes out with her anyway. He goes out because he wants to see her, and he buys her he goes to first to the store to buy her a crystal necklace, but he doesn't buy her a crystal necklace because he's a simp and a chud. It's actually a very relatable movie in that respect, but also he's like, I don't think I'd ever be like that. You hate him so much, but you also like kind of empathize. That's kind of the horror. That's the horror part. That you're also like, oh, I would do this because I can't talk to women. Just get to the point. Shut up! It's all the point! That's the problem with obsession. It's all the point. You let me finish this explanation or I'll kill you. Okay? This is the only thing I have to talk about. Shut up! His cat died. His cat died. He goes to the hangout, right? And he's thinking about how sad his fucking cat made him. And he tells the other woman he's friends with 2 women and 1 man. And one of these women is in love with him. And it is not the woman he's in love with. And that is somewhat obvious, somewhat not obvious. Depends on how, like, rizful you are. But he talks to the one who's in love with him. And he's like, oh, my cat died. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. If you need anything, just let me know. And then he's like, oh, the woman I'm madly in love with. She comes back. They go to a bar, right? And this happens. And the woman arrives back to the bar because he followed her to the bar. She goes to the bar. He goes to the bar. His friend and his guy friend and his woman friend, who's the one who's in love with him, go to the bar. And they're all at the bar, interrupting him while he's trying to, like, chat up the woman he's in love with. Right? Okay? And then he's just he fucks it up, right? I hate this iron golem. Hold on, I'm gonna do it. That actually isn't totally relevant. I'm realizing. It's hard to tell what's relevant and what's not relevant. That is entirely relevant. The point is, right, she decides to go home with him because she's tired. The woman he's in love with decides to go home with him from this hangout because she's tired. And he goes home with her. He, like, drives her home. And at the end, he's trying to propose to her, right? He's trying to, like, will you go on a date with me? Yes, the killing the iron golem was part of the movie. He's trying to ask her, will you go on a date with me? And he can't do it. He's so nervous. He's like, I wanted to ask you something. Oh, I have a present for you. As one does. But he can't even fucking say that. He says, I have a present. Oh, I left it in the other room. Because he realizes at the last fucking moment, oh, I was supposed to get her a replacement for her crystal necklace. Not a fucking, like, nerd emoji. Holy shit, Fortune 3 does a lot of work. And instead of, he buys this. He buys this, right? And he can't tell her that he got her the present. And eventually she's like, okay, I'm just going to go inside. And she goes inside, but she comes back out first. She comes back out first, and she's like, do you like me? Tell me now. And he's like, I just think of us as friends. Because he's a chud. He's a fat fucking chud loser. She asks him, do you like me? And he's like, I just think of us as friends. Like a real beta. Not me, though. I watch enough Andrew Tate. I'd never do that. And, she goes inside, and then he makes the wish. He uses his one wish willow that he was going to give to her as a present. He snaps it, and he makes the wish. I wish so-and-so's name was madly in love with me. Loved me more than anyone else in the fucking world. He says that exactly. But I don't remember her name. But he says, other than that, he says that exactly. And, she comes back outside, and she's madly in love with him. And he still can't say it. She tells him, I'm more in love with you than anyone else I've ever been in love with in the world. And he's like, oh. Eventually he's like, oh, okay. And then they start dating. But it's revealed throughout the course of the movie, but she's a little creepy that she's in love with him, right? She's very possessive. Because she's more in love with him than anything else in the world. Hold on, I need to kill that, but I don't know if I can. I was made for this moment. Get back here, you rat bastard! I'm sorry, I have to kill this Enderman. And she's a little bit creepy with it. And I guess they just live happily ever after. No, my train of thought got disrupted. God damn it. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah, she's a little bit creepy about being in love with him. It's like, that's the horror part. She starts getting creepier and creepier about being in love with him, right? She doesn't let him leave the bed, right? She asks him to come to bed, and then she, once he gets to the bed, she won't let him leave the bed. When she starts like leaving the bed to watch him sleep, because she can't go to sleep. So instead of going to sleep, she just watches him sleep. That's the scariest part. That's the real like scary part. When she like is just watching him sleep, and she tells him, "Oh, I can't sleep. Go back to bed." And then but then she starts screaming at him, scary like, and then she keeps him in the bed. That's the scariest part because he has to go sleep with a woman. And then they do live happily ever. Hold on. And then she starts acting weird. She cooks his cat. She cooks his dead cat, right? And feeds it to him because they go on a date. And he says he's wants to be a food critic. That's his life goal, to be a food critic. Because of course it is. Because every white man with no ambition wants to be a food critic. And she's like, oh, so obviously he wants to criticize how I roast his cat. So she cooks his dead cat, right? And she like makes it into a sandwich, and that's what she serves. And she serves him to that on his work break. And he starts like vomiting, and his friends are like, oh, what's going on? Oh, nothing. And he gets back, he's like, come on, be normal. Don't cook my cat. That's bad. Thought we were done with women's scary jokes? No, we were done saying void because that's misogynistic. Women being scary is that's respect. You know, I don't want to be walking alone at night and run into a woman in a dark alley. I get raped. Ah! That's the kind of shit we're on. Maybe. Oh. The only one raping me is you. The only one raping me is Jeff Bezos, honestly. Recommend my shit, Bezos. I'm the funniest guy on here. Except for when German 985 was streaming. Hours unclear to unclear. Anyways, she feeds him the cat, right? He's like, okay, this bitch is crazy. And he calls the number to the back of the box, and they're like, you have to kill yourself. The only way to break this curse, right? Because she's crazy, and she's like, because of how in love with him she is. And he's like, the guy on the other end of the line, because he calls the company that made the One Wish Willow, and they're like, you have to kill yourself. That's the only way out. But he's basically ruined this girl's life too at this point. This is like, she can't move without him. Hey sir, can you explain what you said in this guy's chat on June 16th, 2026? We're not getting distracted, okay? We can't. If we get distracted, I'm gonna take twice as long explaining the plot of this movie. Which I blocked a lot of it out because it was so traumatic, because I was so scared. He's like, okay, it's okay. Just don't cook my cat anymore. He goes in, he's like, don't cook the cat anymore. And she's like, okay, please, I love you. She's very, the movie is called Obsession, and you'd think it would be her obsessed with him. And it kind of seems like it, but if you really understand the movie, he's obsessed with her. But he doesn't actually love her, because he finally gets her, and he's like, oh, This is what I wanted. Okay, and then after that, right, he gets invited to a party. At the same time, like, he's eating the sandwich, right, he's told about a party he wasn't invited to, and he talks to his friend about it, and it's not, he wasn't invited, he wasn't invited to a party, but he gets invited to a party because he makes himself invited to a party, and he goes to the party, right, and she's not allowed to go to the party. The party he's going to is the one with all his friends in the part where he kidnapped her, right? When they go to the bar, when they go to the thing, right? The thing from before where the thing that he got invited to through the call with the friends that he had at that thing, right? They're having a party, and he wasn't invited because he and his wish wife have gone crazy, and they think they're crazy, and they're not talking to them, and he gets invited there anyways, but without her, and he says that he's gonna go by himself, and she says she's gonna kill herself, right, if he leaves her, and so he takes her with him, right? He takes him with him to the party, and at the party, she starts doing crazy shit. You still see all green flags for this woman. Okay, well, she goes to the party, right, and she's very, like, she's just obviously insane. She acts very, very, very crazy around him. And so then she asks him, like, okay, hold on. And then at the party, she, like, snaps, right? And she starts stabbing herself in the eye because it's revealed at that point that it's not actually her, like, the person in the, it's not the original girl that he was in love with in the body anymore. She's been possessed by the kind of, like, devilish spirit that he summoned that's madly in love with the main character. And and that's one of the big reveals. That he's trapped her in an eternity of suffering so that he can have sex with her body. That's basically what it is. And then okay. And then after the party, right, she stabs herself in the eye. She breaks a glass. She starts trying to kill herself because she's regained control of her body for a moment, and she just wants the pain to end. And then he takes the body home. I'm gonna start referring. He takes her home. It goes back to, like, the spirit that's possessing her, and he takes her home, and he's like, okay, that was crazy. What are you doing? Because he doesn't want to see that he's done this to her, so he tries not to see. That's a big point in the movie. He's trying not to see that he's done this to her, and he takes her back, and they go to sleep. This takes over place of the course. They sleep 2 times. This is the second time they're sleeping. They go to sleep, and he gets a call from the woman who's madly in love with him, mentioned before at the bar, which is why I spent too much time focusing on her. He gets a call from the woman who's madly in love with him. She calls him, and she's like, hey, I got some big news to tell you, because they're still friends, even though he's been being super weird with this other girl, right? And she tells him to come meet her at 3 o'clock at night. She texts him at 3 o'clock at night. She's like, come on, come meet me. Which, nothing weird about that. And he decides he has to go, otherwise she's gonna come here, and he's scared. I don't know what he's worried that the other lady's gonna do something if he has any other women over. So he decides to go to her, right? He gets out in the middle of the night to her car, to the other woman's car, right? The other woman, and they talk about, like, pure bullshit. It's honestly like it's character development bullshit, so that they can warm up to the very exciting moment, which is the woman he's been psychologically manipulating, right? Comes out of nowhere, fucking beats the other woman to death with a brick. Smashes through the window of the car, grabs her head, smashes her face into paste with a brick. And that is... Stream froze. God damn it. Boot back. Okay, did you... I get this reversed? Can I get, like... Can I do anything? He finds another one wish willow. He buys a couple more one wish willows, but it's revealed that you can only have one wish willow. You can only make one wish willow wish. So he can't wish for this all to be undone. He needs to get somebody else to wish for this to all be undone. And at this point, he knows two people. He knows the guy who hosted the party, who was his guy friend, right? Who's actually a little bit more important. Roll back to the girl's face being smashed in. That's all you heard up to. Is my stream killing me? Smashes her face with a brick. Oh my god, it's not... Okay. And it's like, okay, we gotta hide the body. And at this point, you think, wow, maybe he should finally kill himself. Maybe he's realized that he should finally kill himself because he's brought such evil into the world. But no, he's... Again, theme of that he's being a coward. So he can't do that. He's just so sad. He's devastated because this was his good friend that she confesses to him in the car right before she gets her fucking skull smashed in. And he's like, oh shit, I made a terrible mistake and I must rectify it. And so he goes to the store that he bought the one wish willow at and he tries to get it reversed. And like, you can't reverse this. And then he buys another one wish willow. God damn it, it's the middle of the night. He buys another one wish willow, but he can't make another wish because there's only one wish for the one wish willow. You can only have one wish willow wish. And he decides he has to get somebody else to do that. And at this point, he only knows two other people, right? Because he's a chud. He's been a fat fucking chud his whole life. He only knows like he only ever knew like 3 people, and one of them just got her skull smashed in. So now he only knows 2 people. One of them is the crazy woman that he's trying to that he made that he can't wish. So he goes to the second guy he knows, which is his best friend, who's a character that's much more involved than I've described. He's been the best character in the show by far because he's not a fucking psychotic chud. He goes to this guy. He's like, you have to make a wish, but his friend doesn't believe him. He doesn't believe him about the fuking wish. He's like, what are you? Stop egging my goose on, man. You've been acting crazy. And then he's sarcastic, like, I wish for $1 billion. And he snaps the one wish willow, and at that point, it's over, right? He can't get anybody else to make a wish. Why he couldn't go up to a random guy on the street and make them do the wish? This guy's like a fucking chud, okay? He wouldn't have thought of that. He's stupid. He's a chud. He's a chud. He's a fat fucking chud. He's a coward. He's a coward, he's a chud, and he shouldn't be allowed to, like, legally make decisions. But that's all behind us. The point is that he's in this position, right? He can't... Hold on. Now get back here. The point is he can't do that, so he's got to talk to the one other guy. That guy makes a wish. He wishes for $1 billion, right? And the money immediately comes running down. They should have titled this movie Chud Session if he's this big of a loser. That's kind of what I'm saying. He does this, right? He wishes for $1 billion, and $1 billion come raining down on their heads, and the guy like runs out. Right, he runs back to his house because he's obviously in a lot of danger, right? Because his friend wished for $1 billion and it's gonna crush him to death. It was gonna crush them both to death. I think he's at this point he's decided to just kill himself. It's unclear why he ran back to his house. He runs back to his house. And inside, the woman, right? That the crazy lady has a gun. She's found a gun. She's got the corpse of the woman who was in love with him, right? This is all I really remember her for. She was in love with him, and now she has the corpse of the woman who's in love with him tied to a chair, and she started like acting more like her. She got like a tattoo and she's smoking cigarettes, which is like a thing that the woman who he was in love with was doing, right? She's starting to act more like her. And then she's like, why don't you love me? Waving around the gun. And he's like, I love you, baby. We're gonna make this all work out. And then his friend comes in. His friend who wished for $1 billion. He comes in, he's like, dude, I just got $1 billion. What the fuck? And then she shoots him in the fucking head. He comes in, he's like, I made $1 billion. What are you doing? And she shoots him in the fucking head. That's kind of the best part of the movie, because then you realize that, oh, this guy just wished for a stupid fucking wish. The one wish Willow wasn't the problem. This guy just wished for a stupid fucking wish. And now that he's got what he wanted, he can't handle it. He can't handle all that. And, yeah, she shoots him in the head, and it's at this point he's like, okay. He kind of gives up. He looks like he's about to surrender to her. He grabs the gun, right? She goes over and she cuddles him, and he grabs the gun, because at this point she's still obsessed with him. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna kill myself. He goes to the bathroom, right? He goes into the bathroom, locks the door, and you're finally like, oh, he's gonna finally fucking kill himself. This entire movie, you're waiting for him to kill himself, because, I mean, like, really. That's what the entire movie's been saying. This guy has got to kill himself. Main theme of the movie. Was the $1 billion also possessed by an obsessed demon? Maybe. I don't know. And so he pulls out the gun, right? He's trying to kill himself, but he can't because he's too much of a bitch, right? He's like, oh, I should shoot myself in the heart. No, that would hurt too much. Shoot myself in the head. No, that would hurt too much. He gives up. He decides on killing himself the way his cat died. His cat died by overdosing on his dead grandma's sleeping pills. And so he's like, okay, I'll just overdose like my cat did. And he swallows the pill bottle. And you're finally like, oh, he's finally made the right decision. He's gonna kill himself and stop this. And no, at the last minute, he's like, okay, I gotta start throwing this shit up. I can't die. But then you hear a crack. And he gets up and he like starts acting like the crazy lady. And cause no, there's no sequel. Okay, he tries to kill himself, bitches out at the last one, but he's already too late. He's already swallowed the pills, and she snaps the She makes a wish, right? The demon lady makes a wish, and she wishes for him to be as in love with her as she is with him, and so he also gets possessed by a demon, and they go out and they start making out. But he never threw up the pills. He never threw up the sleeping pills. So he dies on the couch, right? And that's how the movie ends. He dies on the couch, and she wakes up. The original woman escapes the plane of torment. And that's the end of Succession. She wakes up holding his dead body and crying because she witnessed all of this. She was been fully conscious throughout this. She's just like suffering in agony and despair, watching her life go on through the eyes of this soulless demon. And that's Obsession. Make sure to rate my review on IMDb, and I will now do the wave. And there you go. I did the hand wave. Oh. But you know what? I didn't get any fucking ender pearls. I was gonna go into a cave. I shouldn't be going into a cave. What the hell am I doing? I have one job. To make a bow. Pass. And that's the end of our stream. Enchanting. Shit. Tomorrow I'll just have gotten the ender pearls. I think it's just gonna be a lot of boring farming, and I don't really want to stream that. I'd rather stream walking around and talking about Obsession. But you know, I did that, and now it's 80 degrees in my room. That was not The Sopranos. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll explain the plot of The Sopranos really quick. So basically, there's this guy named Tony, right? And he's fucking fat, and he's a mob boss. And he's talking about, he's like, hey, well, I'm walking here. And then he gets shot. Then that's the end of The Sopranos. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow with 8 Ender Pearls. We're gonna kill the Ender Dragon, and then we're gonna be done playing Minecraft. Because, oh my god, my 2-week phase energy ran out, like, when I started doing these streams exactly 1 hour.